We all want to know the answer. We want to be sure. We want to know who's right, who's wrong, what will happen next. But certainty is addictive. It feels safe. It feels strong. It feels satisfying. And yet, it can be the very thing that keeps us from thinking clearly, acting wisely, or understanding one another. This is Gray, where we sit in complexity, resist extremes, and talk about life lived in the gray. I'm Angela. Today we're exploring why humans crave certainty and why it can be dangerous. Certainty isn't just a mental state, it's a kind of comfort food for the brain. It reduces anxiety, it simplifies decisions, it reassures us that the world is predictable. But when we lean too heavily on certainty, it comes at a cost. We stop questioning. We stop listening. We stop growing. And this isn't just abstract, it's personal, cultural, and political. Certainty simplifies complexity. It reduces the friction of thinking critically. It's why slogans, sound bites, and viral hot takes feel so satisfying. They promise answers, and humans are wired to chase that satisfaction, often at the expense of truth or nuance. Our addiction to certainty has cultural consequences. It fuels polarization. It encourages tribal thinking. It turns difference into threat. On social media, certainty is performative. The louder and more absolute your statement, the more likely it is to get likes, retweets, and validation. In politics, it creates rigid ideologies that resist compromise. In religion, it can make faith feel like a checklist instead of a journey. The more we crave certainty, the less room there is for empathy, reflection, and critical thinking. Certainty isn't inherently bad, but our cultural obsession with it can be harmful. The key isn't to abandon conviction, it's to learn to hold it and leave room for nuance, doubt, and perspective. I once participated in a debate where the rule was you must argue the position you personally disagree with. At first, it felt unsafe, almost disorienting. But as I leaned in, I realized that understanding an opposing position didn't weaken my own beliefs. It actually strengthened them. I discovered that certainty can coexist with curiosity, but only if we let go of the need to always be right. Uncertainty opens doors. It encourages learning. It builds empathy. It creates resilience. When we accept that we might not have all the answers, we start to engage with the world differently. Listening becomes easier. Questions become more valuable than answers. Relationships deepen. Paradoxically, embracing uncertainty is liberating. It frees us from the performance of always knowing. This week, I'd like to invite you to notice your craving for certainty. So ask yourself, when do I feel the need to be right? When does that need get in the way of understanding? What might happen if I let myself live in the unknown for a moment? The practice isn't easy, but it's one of the simplest ways to reclaim nuance in your thinking. Certainty feels safe, but it can also be constraining. Nuance feels uncomfortable, but it can be freeing. The difference isn't about having the right answers. It's about learning how to live with questions, complexity, and the messy, unpredictable nature of life. This is Gray, because life is rarely black and white.